What are we talking about? We're looking at how you can stay healthy, how you can, whereas you're giving birth to many children with many districts thought to be very highly fertile, you need to know what to eat, how to eat it, when to eat it, and for what reasons. But also the SDG number 2 is ending hunger in the world. Yes, joining me to have that conversation is Matthias Kayamba, an agricultural extension worker, and we're trying to understand what should we eat and how should we eat it, when do we eat it, for what reasons. Matthias, a very good morning and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Right,
Presenter.
so why is it important for me to know what I should eat?
Yes, it is very important. Basically, we are looking at food being the fuel for the engine of the body. So very many people eat according to their eating styles. They don't consider what they eat. In Uganda, many people look at the quantity, not the quality of food. So they look at that huge amount of food. But we are looking at food. Food to be food, it needs to be healthy. So it will never be food until it is safe. So we are looking at how should we now create a consumer awareness. Right away from the production center, those are now the value chain from the farmer to the plate. So many people, when you look at how they are doing the production, they use a lot of toxicity when they are producing food. Those are now the agricultural inputs, the fertilizers, the pesticides, the fungicides, and all these come with the food up to the market, up to the plate. Yes. So
I should know what is in the garden up to when it enters my stomach. Is that what you're trying to say?
Exactly. It relates with how somebody should go to maybe a supermarket and consider looking at the expiry date of the food or the product is going to buy.
Right.
If you don't take care of your systems, what you put in, you are like somebody who drives a car, but instead of putting in the right fuel that is right, like maybe petrol engine, you put in a diesel engine, that engine is going to break. So what are we saying? With this, we look at how do you get what is exactly right. So in terms of what we are eating, we don't only eat, but we take choices. That is meal planning. You plan your meal. And when you are planning your meal, you need to consider that it has all the values, the food nutrients. And these food nutrients are categorized in 3. So we look at proteins, we look at carbohydrates, we look at the vitamins.
Yes.
So today I came with something here. When you look at this bigger part of this plate, it takes the vegetables and fruits. And on your plate, it should cover the biggest part.
Okay.
So the next half or smallest part, it shows the carbohydrates. Put your posho there, put your matoke there, put your millet there. So anything that contains the carbohydrates, the starch, should go there. Then next you should look at what is protein. Protein, this is now bodybuilding. Okay. So the bodybuilding, consider much in building your body immunity. So when you look at this, it is now looking at how you plan your meals. If you miss one of this, mostly what we do in Uganda, many people miss the biggest part and go with the 2 smallest part. Carbohydrates more, then proteins. They will take more meat, more posho, then fruits and vegetables are normally rarely eaten.
Matthias, the 2 are more delicious than the greens you want us to eat a lot. Yeah, and I think that's why most Ugandans. But Matthias, my question is, there was a report recently that most of our food that we buy in the markets are full of toxins. And as an agriculture extension worker, as a person advocating for knowing what to eat and how to eat it, how do you advise us to go about that?
Actually, that's the paper that was printed by New Vision, I think, March 1st of this year. I read it. And that one actually with our organization, PELUM, that's the one that actually twinkled our brains and we said, wow, our people are dying. And we are working with farmers. We work with people who are doing marketing stations. So we said, no, we need to talk about this, add a voice to this paper. So what are we doing now? We are looking at creating awareness, creating safe usage, and actually trying to drive people away from synthetic inputs to organic inputs. So what we are doing, we are training farmers to do use of organic inputs that produce safe in God's way. How? So food is produced in God's way, using in nature, using things that are surrounding us. We recycle all the materials, we make composite manure that we feed to our soil. So when soil is healthy, that means even the food that is going to be produced is going to be healthy. We don't stop at that, but we also meet the market people.
Okay.
Yes.
But that's when I go to the market, say for example, nearby market here in Nakawa, I'm going to buy vegetables, tomatoes, onions, whatever. I know they are filled with the pesticides. If I'm going home, since I have to pay attention to that plate you have described for us, how do I make sure my vegetables are rid of those toxins?
Because the actually, when the pesticide is given to the plant, when it is sprayed to the plant, it goes inside the plant system. So sometimes you reduce, but you cannot eliminate, as you've said, eliminate. Okay. You can reduce, but you cannot eliminate. Yes. That's why we are saying people should go into organic production. Okay. So what are we doing as us that are doing the campaign? So what we are doing, one, we are creating markets. So far we have 2 markets. We have one in Zambia, we have another one at Bayitababili. In Zambia, it is around sharing hall every Saturday. So we are creating markets that should be selling organic products. Then 2, we are creating a system where the organic products are going to be attached with a label, so that when they go to markets, somebody can differentiate between organic and non-organic, so that we can give people foods that are okay.
How important is organic food really? Because it's almost the same.
It seemingly looks the same, but it's not the same. When we look at organic will have all the nutrients derived from the soil when they are healthy. So when we look at what we eat, we are looking at increased disease attack. Issues of cancer come from with what we eat normally. So we are looking at the number of people who are getting malnourished. So the number of people are looking malnourished, it's because of diet. Some people are obese, others are underweight, others are average. So the extreme end and the beginning, the matter is what we eat. So some people eat a lot of food that does not balance. So when you eat food that does not balance, you are likely to be obese. More fats, less vegetables, less fruits. So what is the beauty with organic foods? The beauty with organic foods, we are looking at fruits and vegetables. If they are supposed to be eaten in plenty, they come with nutrients, they come with minerals.
Right.
And the importance of the minerals are to transport the nutrients, the other nutrients within the body, so that the body system can function well. Absolutely. So when they don't, actually when you don't get them, that means the number of risks are increased disease attack, because your body cannot be cleansed. So what you eat always remain within the body. But if you eat healthy vegetables, healthy fruits, they cleanse your body and remain healthy.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Matthias, for that info. It's a brand new week, brand new day. If you're going out there, please make sure you're going to eat a healthy meal today, and make sure that your week goes well for you if you eat healthy. And like Matthias said, food, good food, is the right fuel for your body. Away from eating, there is also an issue of climate change and climate issues all over the place. But today, this morning, Gerard Tenywa is going to join us here to talk about climate funding. What does that mean, and what is the country, as a government, Uganda, what is it planning to do about that? We'll take a break. When we return, Rush Hour comes back, but of course, climate conversations.
Good morning, I'm Dr. Bruno from IMC. So today we are going to talk about prostate cancer. But before that, we need to know where the prostate is, where the prostate gland is located, and then we can go ahead and discuss prostate cancer. So the prostate gland is a small rubbery gland, and its main function is to produce this fluid it produces, which nourishes and transports sperms in males. So the prostate is an organ in males only. So it is located just below the bladder, and it surrounds what we call the urethra. The urethra is the tube which brings out urine when you are urinating in males. So prostate cancer basically happens when the cells of the prostate undergo changes, what we call genetic mutation, and they divide abnormally, transforming into cancer cells. That's basically what we call prostate cancer. First of all, the real cause of prostate cancer is not known, but it is thought to be a change in the DNA of the cells of the prostate. In that, the cells undergo changes, what they call mutation. They divide abnormally and then they transform into a cancer. So there are risk factors of developing prostate cancer. First is family history. So in case you have a relative or a parent, a brother who has had prostate cancer in your family, you are at an increased risk of developing prostate cancer. The other factor is age. So the risk of prostate cancer increases with age, and it's common in males above 40 years. But of late, we are seeing even 38-year-olds, 35-year-olds developing prostate cancer. So there are changes now as the world is changing. The other risk factor is obesity. So it is found that studies have been done, and it's found that prostate cancer is common in males who are obese, those who are, let's say, fat, as we say. So obesity, people who have a BMI of more than 30. So they are at an increased risk of prostate cancer, and then when they get prostate cancer, it develops aggressively, more aggressively. Talked about the family history, the age in those above 40 years, obesity. The other risk factor is what they call benign prostatic hyperplasia. This is basically prostate enlargement. So if your prostate is enlarged, you're at an increased risk of developing prostate cancer. So these enlarged cells can turn into a cancer, and then you develop prostate cancer. The other risk factor is the race. So studies have found that prostate cancer is common in blacks and African Americans. It is thought that there's a gene which we have as blacks which puts us at an increased risk of developing prostate cancer. The other cause is, the other risk factor is diet. So there are other theoretical causes, things like masturbation, sexual activity, but these are not proven causes of prostate cancer. Research has been done, and they have not been shown to cause prostate cancer, but it's common out there when people are talking about prostate cancer. You find them saying, talking about masturbation, sexual activity. So this is just to let you know that they are theoretical, they are not proven that they are causes of prostate cancer.